That's what I love about JAG. Your story matters because everybody's probably going through the same thing 9 times out of 10. Sorry, that's an insight.
Welcome to Start Here, Go Everywhere. I am Linda Moyo, an alumna of Jobs for America's Graduates. On this podcast, we bring you incredible guests from all walks of life, offering the skills to educate, inspire, and challenge you to succeed in both school, on the job skills, and in personal life, leading to productive and rewarding careers. What is going on, everyone? I am here with the one and only Seth Kenner, the 2023-2024 National Career Association Parliamentarian. Whew, that is a long title, Seth. How are you today?
I am wonderful, Linda. Couldn't be any better now that you're interviewing me, but how are you doing, Linda?
I am doing good. I can't wait to dive in and hear a little bit more about you as a person and your JAG story. So, talking about your JAG story, tell me how you got involved with JAG.
Funny story, Linda. Funny story how I got involved with JAG. So it all started my junior year. Actually, my past like last year at school. The first day of school, I was put in JAG. I didn't really know what it was. I wanted to take piano class because I wanted to learn how to play piano because I just feel like playing piano is like a really cool thing to say. Yeah, I know how to play piano. Like, you know what I mean? So then later on, I figured that there were leadership roles in my state career association, and I just felt like that was something that I could possibly do because I had the skills that was necessary for it. So then I ran for a state officer position, and then I got it. I was state treasurer for my career association. And then at NSLA, I seen the first officer team on stage doing their thing, meeting governors and meeting a lot of different people and networking. And I'm like, this is where I need to be. This is where Seth Kenner strives the best. And an environment with people, that's my thing. Like, that's just my go-to. Like, I love people. So seeing that, and I was like, I have to get on top of this. Like, I have to do this. And then talking to the officers themselves, and I'm just like, wow, this is a big opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that could help me push my career goals and aspirations in life. And I'm just like, wow, okay. So I went to NCDC, ran for parliamentarian, and then I won because look, we're here today.
Tell me about that process of running for the parliamentarian. What was that like? Were you scared? Were you excited?
Oh, Linda, running for parliamentarian was the most stressful thing I probably have ever done. Because it was so much to do. We had to come a day early for me. So I'm studying on the plane with my notes and all the parliamentary procedures and all that. And I'm just studying. And when I got there, I had to get ready. I was a test. That test was different. I was thrown off by some of the questions. I didn't know it was going to be some of that information on there, but it was good. So then there was an interview process with Kira. That was really intimidating. That was actually really scary. A whole room full of them just looking at me, asking questions. I didn't like that. It was like, it made me anxious because like they're all staring at me. So I was like, okay. But then it was fine. But then the speech was probably like one of my favorite because it got to show who I was as a student and as a person myself, and just get to show them what I was going to do as if I had the position in the platform to share my knowledge, like what I was going to do as officer. Yeah. So I just feel like it got for them to know me a little more.
That
even
is
though I
so
only had
true.
2 minutes. Even though I only had 2 minutes. But it was a fun process, and I wouldn't have won it any other way.
Tell me, who is Seth Kenner then?
You know, there's a lot of words to describe who Seth Kenner is. I would like to say Seth Kenner is outgoing, energetic, kind, helpful, caring, intelligent. I would like to say Seth is very funny. He doesn't take a lot of things serious. Like he lives his life on a day-to-day basis to have fun, to enjoy life. I don't like being so serious. I can be serious, but I never like being serious because it's like everything is so serious nowadays, and with like life, school, I just like, why not have fun with it? Even at my job, I have fun with it. I have fun with my job too. We love to have jokes and crack and have laughs, but like have Seth is just like a person you would trust with your life, in all seriousness.
Yeah. And tell me, you said that you thought your kind of personality would fit well in a leadership position. Tell me about the leadership skills that you are wanting to learn and better as part of the National Career Association.
One of my main leadership roles I want to help get better at is probably communication.
Mm,
Is more so communicating like how I feel, because I always put everybody first. So like sometimes how I feel isn't really important to me, because as long as everybody else around me is okay, then I'm okay. But
yeah.
sometimes that can get in the way of how I feel and how I act. So I would say speaking up about my emotions and how I feel and how something may be wrong or how we need to change something, and just putting my input out there. Like I love listening to others, but sometimes it's hard for me to like reciprocate that and say how I feel or say what I want to change.
Yeah. And I know, Seth, that you are so interested in self development, mental health. Tell me about that.
I just feel like with everything going on in the world, like I feel like our mental health, that's probably the one of the biggest things I've learned over this past year is like my mental health and how I feel and my emotions. Cause this past year has been like a roller coaster of a ride. Had its ups, it had its downs. I was going to school, then I was missing school and coming back and stressed out because I'm missing all this work. So I would say like figuring out like how to keep myself calm and taking those breaks when necessary to just slow time down, because time moves by very fast. It's already August. I go back to school in September. Where does the summer go? So I just feel like as a teenager and as teens and young adults, we need to focus on that more. We don't focus on that. We just focus on everything else but ourselves. And
Uh-huh.
we can't focus on everything else if we don't focus on ourselves first. And I just feel like mental health is one of the biggest things and a biggest skill that everybody needs to learn. Like self-care, having their like nightly routines, daily routines, journaling, reading books. Like this is the time where we can make mistakes and mess up because we're not adults. But once we get into that adult world, our mistakes actually count. So
Oh, yeah.
why not try everything out now? Make a mistake, fall, fail, get back up, and be better as young adults.
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma about mental health, especially for young people. So how do you get young people interested in wanting to journal and take care of themselves and better their lives?
Well, I feel like young people don't like listening to adults. I just feel like that's just one of our things. We just don't like listening. But I feel like if it comes from somebody we can relate to, like myself, or like even you, Linda, because you're still a young adult yourself. But I'm just saying, like somebody who can actually relate instead of just an adult figure. I feel like having that one-on-one connection um, with somebody else is going to be wonderful. That's why I wanted to implement that. And that's one of my goals, like helping all the students out with mental health and like getting their self care started and just learning about who they are fully so we can flourish as young adults in the career field.
Yeah, tell me about how you would like, as the NCA parliamentarian, when it is the last event and you are now passing on your role to the next leader, the next NCA parliamentarian, what do you hope you would have accomplished by then?
Well, what I hope to accomplish before I leave my position is to interact with the students, make them feel more involved because we only see them twice a year. So I want them to be more involved in the NCA themselves. So that's why like this podcast was something I wanted to do. Have different episodes every month, maybe twice a month, getting different students on here, like Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, like all those different type of like months where we can highlight different students. I want to implement that and do that as much as possible. And I've had a connection with them, make them feel like yes, I'm their national officer, but I'm also their friend. Like I'm here for whatever they need, like socially, mentally, spiritually, whatever they need. Like I want them to know that they can reach out to me, they can text me, call me, whatever. I'm up. My phone is open 24/7 for them to talk to me, whatever they may need. Like I just want them to feel that connection and like make long-term connections, because I know. And so like I made a few friends like from Louisiana, like Indiana, like Nebraska. Like I just like I made friends with them, Like I want to make friends with everybody. Like I want to make friends with everybody, every NCAA student that there is that I get to interact with, and just getting to know about them because I feel like their story matters.
Yeah.
Everybody matters. Every voice matters. Like that's what I love about JAG. Your story matters because everybody's probably going through the same thing 9 times out of 10. Sorry, that's an insight. I just want everybody to feel welcome and feel like they're able to just speak their mind, especially around me.
Wow, that is powerful, Seth. I know that you are now going into your senior year of high school. What do you want to do with your life? I know JAG is all about, making sure that you're career ready, your life prepared. Where do you see yourself going?
Well, I do have a few plans. I want to get my real estate license before I graduate because in Delaware I can get that at 18. So that was one of the biggest things I wanted to accomplish. Then I wanted to go to college. I'm not too sure if I want to go stay in state or out of state, but I know I wanted to just pursue a career in finance because I feel like I'm just a finance guru. That's just my thing. Like that's just my thing, and I want to implement that to you guys as students, but also just to in my career field as finance and just be able to manage people's finances and all that, and just get them where they need to be in life.
What do you think is the one biggest tip that you can give JAG students about finances that they can start implementing right now?
Stop spending money on Jordans and expensive shoes. Yes, I get it's style, but there's a lot cheaper alternatives, and I just feel like spending money on expensive clothes is kind of ridiculous to me personally. I like to spend my money like wisely. If it don't sound smart to me, I'm not gonna spend my money. Like don't matter what it is, but also start saving. I don't know when a lot of you guys turn 18, but you guys can start like having a Roth IRA. Like that's probably one of the biggest things you can start doing is implementing that into your Roth IRA, putting money into there, and have a high yield savings account. These banks do not give you enough interest. They give you 0.01%. Your money will lose. You're losing money by having your money in the bank. So mine will have it make money for you. So just open a high yield savings account, which is absolutely wonderful.
Well, those are some great. I need to take notes now. I need to start doing some of those things, Seth. That's really cool. And what about students who might be interested in getting more involved with JAG, but they're a bit shy, and they don't really know how they can fully immerse themselves as part of the career association, both in the classroom, statewide, and possibly even national?
So to get like associated with your career association and like start being more involved, I would say talk to your specialists. Talk to your specialists because they see you more often than everybody else in your than in your career association. So talk to them, see any opportunities they may know about, so you can start implementing into that. I would say run for a state officer position because that's probably one of the biggest things I could probably say is running for a state officer position or even chapter officer. Like just being more involved and learn what the program is about and the curriculum is about, so you can be a leader for yourselves, and just start learning about how you are as a person and your leadership roles and positions and how you want to be a leader. Because you can be assertive, you can be on the more kind side, you can be on the louder, quieter. Like figure out your leadership style, and then once you do that, I feel like once you start being more involved in JAG and like at the career association like events they may have, and start meeting people in your career association, meeting your CSA, then go for a state officer position, go to NSLA, learn more about leadership, getting more confident in yourself and your role, and then just go for nationals. You only live
Yeah.
once. YOLO.
That's so true, Seth. What is the best thing that's happening in your life right now?
Being officer, honestly. Since being the first national officer from Delaware for the NCA, it has opened a lot of doors for me to help my fellow state out with doing events and partnerships and sponsorships. Like right now, I'm working on getting a sponsorship with the Delaware Bluecoats, which is
Wow.
the G League affiliates for the 76ers. And that's one of the
Wow.
things I'm doing right now. to try and like get the students more involved and have them come out for a fun night for basketball, since that's my sport. So I just want to do that for them and just create opportunities for students later on once I'm done and once I'm graduated out of JAG. Like I want to set them up so they can flourish and they can just take what I've done and make it bigger 10 times.
Wow, that's so cool. And Seth, to finish this off, is there something that you would like to share with everybody that I didn't get a time to ask you about?
I would like to say if anybody is watching and want to help me and be my mentor with like finance and real estate, please let me know. Reach out to Linda. Do not be scared. I'm always open for whatever you may need. But no, I just feel like this year is going to be a great year, guys. Focus on your studies, focus on school, focus on yourself first, and just shine. Be you. If you just go for it. And I have a quote: "If you never ask, the answer is always no." So always ask questions
Wow.
wherever you go.
Okay, so this just brought back a memory, Seth. So we had a leadership training, a National Career Association onboarding training. Tell me about one of the coolest parts of that experience.
Well, well, I took my quote: "If you never ask, the answer is always no." And there was a few football players in our facility at our hotel, and I asked them if they were from the Chicago Bears, and they had said yes. One of them being one of the, I think the starting running back Dante Foreman was one of them. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a really big guy. But we would have never known that if I had never asked if he was from the Chicago Bears. So just ask questions wherever you go, because you may never know where that may lead you, where that may take you, and what information you may get from questions asking. Because people don't like asking questions, but I love asking questions. I'll ask questions to get all the details, underlying
Oh,
information that
yeah.
may be there. So just ask questions. Don't be scared.
Yeah. Seth, I just want to take some time to acknowledge you as a person. You are such a dedicated person who is striving for their dreams, but then also helping other people along that journey to make sure that not only you become the best version of yourself, but then everybody goes with you and you all just strive. And one of the biggest things that I admire about you is the ability to ask questions. That has opened so many doors for you, and I know that it will continue to open doors for you. And I just can't wait to see how you'll develop even more as a leader and as a person. So, thank you for telling us a little bit about who you are and your JAG story, Seth.
Of course, Linda. And guys, keep waiting. There'll be more episodes coming soon from your host, Seth Kenner.
Oh, yeah.
Start here, go everywhere.
There you go, Seth.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest things, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at JAG Students. Thanks again, and see you next time.